Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and today I am very excited to be doing this video because I have most certainly found some evidence that most certainly, definitely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is evidence that we are going to get a Railway Tycoon pack for The Sims 4 in the future. Yeah, alright, I know, this sounds kind of crazy, but hear me out on this one. So, you may know that in Windenburg, in the countryside neighborhood, way in the background, you can see a high-speed train going by occasionally. Pretty cool, isn't it? But it's like, why? Why would they put a train here? Well, fast forward to City Living a year later, and we got another train in San Myshuno in the Spice District. Look at it go! And then, not only is there one train in San Myshuno, there's another one in the Fashion District, and both of these trains are actually like way more detailed, and they're fully 3D. They're not just 2D like the one in Windenburg that's a high-speed train. No, they're actually fully detailed. What could this mean? Well, it only means one thing and one thing only. There's no way I'm wrong about this. Like, it's so obvious. We are going to get a game pack in the future where we can run our own train stations. Wait, that's not what this video is about, is it? Whoops, wait. In all seriousness, Laundry Day stuff came out recently, and as what seems to happen with every pack release now, the Sims community goes into full-on speculation mode where they try to find hints in everything. And, well, the latest case is about witches possibly coming to The Sims 4. And through all things, it's within object descriptions that people are finding these so-called hints. To be fair though, some of the things that the developers do put in the game seem a little bit suspicious. So in this video, I'm going to go through these object descriptions and tell you my opinions on whether I think they could be legitimate hints or if they're like elongated man levels of reaching. So first, let's start off with this detergent bottle here, called the Dabra Laundry Detergent. Say the magic word abracadabra, and your laundry will be as soft as a bear cub's fur. That's the Dabra Detergent Guarantee. So yeah, that does seem like a very obvious hint to magic just from reading it at the base level. And I can say with utmost certainty, not sarcastically this time, that this is not a hint, because this is actually referencing a magic gnome from The Sims 3 Ambitions. And as you can see here, its name is literally Abracadabra. So I think what the developers were going for here is that, well, we the community helped shape this stuff pack, so it makes sense for them to reference a previous Sims game in something that is very oriented towards us. Plus, Laundry made its debut in the Sims series with The Sims 3 Ambitions, so it also makes sense to reference how Laundry started off in The Sims. So I can say with a lot of confidence that this is not hinting towards anything. This is just a nice little reference for the fans. Next one on the list is Barry Potter's Potted Plant. Yeah, you probably know where this is going already. Come on down to Barry Potter's Plant Emporium. Today we've got a special deal on indoor shrubbery. And while supplies last, they're available in authentic aged barrels from the Back and Form frickin' compound. When you reach the register, be sure to say the magic phrase that pays, Hocus Ficus. So there's definitely some references to Harry Potter here, which in turn references magic, but this one I don't think is really a hint either, because I think they're just having fun with some wordplay here. I don't think this means that witches are coming. In The Sims, they do like making pop culture references every once in a while, so I think this is just another one of those examples. It's not really anything special. I think this is only coming up now because people want more occults in The Sims 4. It's been a while since vampires, so I think this is just being caused by people really wanting making magic in The Sims 4. And now on to the next one, the Similonian Mat. The rings and circles on this mat are actually markers of the ancient Similonian calendar. The date they point to is August 16th, 2032. What grim future did our ancestors predict? What calamity awaits us? Only time will tell. So this is where things start to get a little more interesting, because I think there is a small chance that there is a hint here, but not specifically about magic or witches. I think people are looking at the design of this rug and connecting it to magic, but I don't know, me personally, I'm reminded more of the next game pack, which looks like it might have an Aztec theme. So what do I think could be a hint here? Well, they put in this August 16th, 2032 date. Although for this theory to make sense, we have to cut out the year, because 2032 is really far into the future. But what I was thinking was, oh, maybe the next game pack after the one that was in the teaser could be coming out on August 16th. Well, I looked it up on the calendar, and that actually falls onto a Thursday this year, so even though there is the very odd occasion that they've released a new Sims pack on a day other than Tuesday, Tuesday is still normal, so I don't think there's a very good chance of the next game pack after this apparently adventure-themed one coming out on a Thursday. However, I do think a general release window of August for that game pack being pretty plausible, because I don't think the game pack will come out too close towards the end of the year, because that will very likely be when the next expansion pack is releasing. So I don't want like a big game pack taking some of the attention away from an expansion pack, or vice versa. And assuming we're getting 2 game packs again this year, I don't think they're going to come so close together like with Vampires and Parenthood last year. I think that would be a little bit too predictable, but I think a game pack sometime during the summer is a pretty realistic guess. But really, that all comes from an educated guess. That's not because of an object description. If it does end up coming out in August, I think that would be more likely a coincidence. Also, just for fun, I did look ahead to August 2032, and August 16th falls on a Monday that year, so whatever Sims game is out at that time, I guess like The Sims 7, I don't think that's a likely date for that game to come out either. But we've got one more object to talk about. I've definitely saved the weirdest one for last. This one is called the Wreath of Living Brambles, and, well, I'm not going to read out this whole object description, but basically it plays out like something you'd see in an RPG or a strategy game, where you have some kind of move and you look it up and there's like all of these different stats and things it affects or takes away from you, and all of that kind of stuff. So that does seem kind of odd that it shows up in an object description like this, especially for one that is supposed to be decorative. This one, out of all the ones that I've talked about, is the most plausible sounding hint in my opinion, because yeah, it does seem just kind of random that there'd be so much of this detail in an object description, though it's not the first time. Like with the movie Hangout Stuff objects, there's absurdly long object descriptions. But yeah, it's very magical sort of themed. But if this really was a hint to a witches pack, then I feel like it's also implying that once that pack would be out, this wreath would turn into a functional object. And I don't think the Sims team would do that. I mean, they could do that sort of thing for objects that are in the base game, either ones that have been there since launch or have been added through an update, but I don't think they would be very likely to do that to an object that comes with one pack. And connecting a laundry-themed pack to a magic-based one seems a little odd to me, even with the rustic feel of Laundry Day stuff. And, well, there's also going to be people accusing EA of dividing their content, be like, oh no, we have to get the full experience by buying something that we might not even want, because laundry is a pretty niche feature. It's pretty much like you love laundry or you hate it. So, in conclusion, I don't think this is a hint either. I think what might actually be the scenario here is that they couldn't really come up with an interesting object description for a wreath, so whoever wrote this object description probably just wrote whatever it was on their mind. Maybe they play a lot of RPGs and they were just like, okay, I'm just gonna go nuts and write this. And now we get directly to the question that the title of this video is asking. Are witches coming to The Sims 4? Well, logically speaking, there's nothing in the game code that's being discovered that strongly indicates that they're coming to the game, like what's happened with code leaks for vampires and cats and dogs. But witches are a pretty popular occult. I think after aliens and vampires, they're easily the most popular one. And witches have been around since The Sims 1 with Making Magic, and that is a pretty popular expansion pack for that game. And they've remained popular ever since, so I don't think it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I don't think any object descriptions really have anything to do with that. And I don't think it's going to be, like, definitely August 16th that this is gonna come out. I think, yeah, that would have been elongated man levels of reaching to say that's gonna be a thing for sure, especially since that does fall on a Thursday this year. And one other thing that I hadn't mentioned yet is that I think that a game pack will come out at least somewhat close to Halloween. And, well, wouldn't it make sense to do another occult-themed pack for that occasion? So basically, I already was thinking, even before Laundry Day stuff came out, that there is a good chance that witches are coming to The Sims 4, and it could happen this year. But, yeah, not because of object descriptions or any really sort of obscure, far-fetched clue, but, yeah, witches are popular. Game pack, whatever number it's gonna be, is probably gonna come out just before Halloween, or at least enough time to kind of build up the hype towards it. And I do think it will be a game pack for sure, because they haven't put an occult in an expansion pack for The Sims 4 since Get to Work, and I think especially for witches, it makes sense to have a focused pack on them. I mean, they could even do something very similar to Making Magic if they wanted to, where you have this magical town that maybe has like a carnival or something to it, but mainly focusing on witches living there. And they have a really good template for how they can handle witches thanks to vampires. They could just make it a little bit more different just so it's not exactly the same. Like maybe they could focus a little bit more on alignment between good and evil, and having specific categories of spells like elemental or telekinesis, things like that. So we'll just have to wait and see when witches come to The Sims 4. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because I really love what they did with vampires. It's my favorite game pack so far. So it'd be really interesting to see how they'd handle that with another occult. And that pretty much wraps up this discussion. So be sure to leave a like or a comment or even subscribe, because it lets me know that you like my channel, my videos, and it helps you keep up to date more easily with the latest content from me. I do videos on The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. And now to get back to adding laundry to all of my Sims homes.
Vroom.